Hello, greetings once again from Waliczka near Krakow in Poland. I always say that when I start one of these uploads, in the hope that more people actually take notice of where I live, where I have lived actually for the last 19 and a half years. Many people still seem to think I live in England, in Britain, but I escaped a long, long time ago. So, um, so yeah, and I like to think for the better. So there we are. Despite present circumstances, um, you know, politically, globally, news-wise, whatever. Anyway, I just really want to say thank you to everybody who has so far donated to the fundraiser, the campaign that I actually set up about a month ago. And as I've written in a rather lengthy email, uh, at least twice now, I was a little embarrassed about this the fundraiser, the direct fundraiser where I'm asking for contributions. Oh, excuse me, I'll just turn SPK down. I was a little embarrassed initially, so I kept it kind of low profile for a few weeks. Made a few people aware of it, and I kind of tucked it in at the very bottom of newsletters and whatever. But last week, I realised that I had nowhere else to turn except to really push this campaign in order to pay some urgent bills, label bills, I should say, not personal ones, because as I again outlined in my, in fact, in two emails, I've at least outlined in one email where I pushed the campaign late last week, and I've subsequently started going out on another email update, which alludes to the main point of the first one, and some of the rationale behind it. Basically, Fourth Dimension Records and my other labels, I always emphasize this, that they always run from virtually empty pockets. They always have done. So it's a bloody miracle that I've done so many releases. But it isn't entirely, because I've always encouraged pre-orders, and I've done deals and schemes and schemes. That sounds terrible, sounds rather nefarious, but I mean, yeah, with releases like subscription schemes and whatever, I've done all kinds of things to just help subsist, really keep the labels afloat with direct help, and that's how I've always kind of operated. But recently, possibly because, or partly because, in the last couple of years, I've really gone guns a blazing with the labels. I've churned out. I've released far more. It feels like I'm churning them out because I barely have time to rest. Never mind continue writing and finishing this bloody third Grim Humour book, or even the Nick Mott book. But I hope finally I can get to those next week. But anyway, enough of that. Let's stay focused. Let's stay on track. I've always depended on direct support, and yeah, I get plenty of it, but it's never quite enough. And what I wanted to say is, yeah, I think in the last couple of years I've put out a hell of a lot of releases, and I guess it's fair to say that they've caught up with me. CDs manageable. They're fairly affordable to put out. unless it's base communion. So, um, but generally they're fairly affordable and manageable and everything else. But vinyl is, I don't think people even know it's massively expensive. I don't really want to hit you with the facts and figures here. I have mentioned it to a few people in private emails and messages, but it's big money. it's 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 not. Yeah, they're not cheap. So um, I'm lucky in the sense that I have. Again, a lot of people pre-ordering stuff and also Cargo Records via my good friend Darren at Cargo have sometimes helped me with things as well, meaning they might co-fund certain releases. Not that they always do that. They've only done it from time to time over the years, and only when they know they will be able to recoup their costs. So I think I can divulge that safely without any repercussions. Um, I'm sure they do it with lots of labels, but anyway, they don't do it with every release. It would be lovely if they did. Um, it would be lovely if anybody did, but um, but yeah, I do get help sometimes. Direct sort of financial support. Um, but because um, I got hit with a really big bill last month. Well, actually, 2 months ago, and it came in two parts. Um, and because certain releases are not going as well as I anticipated at the moment, simply because of the time of the year they were released and because of external factors. I think a lot of people, including myself, don't have that much disposable income anymore for you know um, indulgences, let's say, like, such as books and records, physical format, um, um, released music. um, I certainly don't. And I can prove it. Well, I can't prove it here, but I just looking at my computer, I've got about 6 tabs open for releases I'd love to get, and I think they've all been open since January. So, and I can't afford. They're only about only £20 each, for an LP plus a little shipping from Germany or whatever. But no, I don't have any money spare for that at the moment. So I do understand, and the world's shit at the moment. It has been for a number of years. It still seems to be pretty crap. So I don't think people are really in the right frame of mind to be spending out on lots of music, especially um, uh, kind of the kind of music that I specialise in on my labels. Um, um, or generally sort of specialise in. I always feel like I should add some kind of disclaimer, because I think I do quite a lot of different types of music on my labels, but my own tastes in music, besides what I do on the labels, goes way beyond. So, but anyway, um, I've just ended up, as somebody said to me in an email uh, yesterday, I think. An American friend said, he donated some money for the fundraiser and said, I hope this goes some way to helping you out of a pickle. Well, I'm still in a pickle, and I'm getting, however, I'm getting there. However, I am getting there. And since I really went again, guns are blazing with this campaign late last week, or orders and donations seem to be coming in daily. And I haven't checked today actually. I think I've had about 123 donations so far. And I always thought 200 would be an ideal figure, an ideal amount of people to get, to donate to the to the cause. Um, so I'm getting there. 120 since I think I had 5 donations prior to my pushing it late last week, and I guess that's pretty good going. It's been. I think tomorrow will have been it will be a week tomorrow since I started pushing the campaign, and the push always takes a few days because I still use my trusty Hotmail account, and that has limits with the amount of emails I can do each day. So I haven't set anything up like what's it called, Mailchimp, Mailgibbon. I don't know. One of those kind of mail out services you can pay for. I've never done that. I probably should. I should probably even pay for an upgrade on my Hotmail account. Maybe that would solve my problems. But because of the limits on Hotmail, I can only do a few hundred emails a day, I think. So I stagger. I've got about 3,000 people on my mailing list. Yeah, over 3,000. So, and maybe to that end, having 120 donations doesn't sound too impressive, does it? I'm not very well liked. So, um, um, maybe I should never have been so honest in my fanzine all those years ago when slagging stuff off. And I still tend to do that sometimes as well. Yeah. I still feel lots of artists shouldn't fucking bother. So, anyway, I'm sure some people feel the same way about what I do. So, including my own music. Anyway, yeah, I'm in the middle of pushing the campaign. I think there's 19 or 20 days left. The target figure is in the campaign, and I'm just going to either put the entire latest email below and the plea, the introductory plea, as well as the links to the fundraiser and the shop. Although a number of things have just sold out in the last week because there was a huge surge of demand for certain titles. Kleishwar's last album's gone. The Never Say When CD gone. Apart from some copies I've got to send to a couple of places, to Hong Kong and to Italy, and then I've just got my personal copies really. Gary Mundy will have some though. He should have a total of 50 eventually. I know he's had one box. So buy from him, buy from Soundome in Italy. Drone Records didn't go for it. I don't know why. Who else? Mine's gone blank. Scream and Writhe in Canada. They've got copies on the way. Tesco organisation, Germany. Cold Spring, UK. Clear Spot, Netherlands. Are they Netherlands? Yeah, I think they are. Cargo Records might have already sold all of theirs. So yeah, a few places anyway. But that's gone. Never Say When has gone. Kleishvar CD's gone. ATV, Mark Perry book. The copies I have here, I'm down to 2 copies. I think there's 3 behind me. It's that way, there. There's 3 little books there. ATV. There was a huge pile there last week, and 12 or something. So that's been whittled down. Lots of people are now buying that for some. Well, it's good. Well, I know why. It's because I waived the shipping fees on a number of items last weekend, just for 3 or 4 days, and that just induced this surge of sales. So there we go. Maybe I'll do something like that again when the ATV CD lands in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll just do another kind of sale. I want to do a couple of deals, and I want to list a few mail order items in the shop as well. But I need another few days for all of that. But really, yeah, again, I just want to thank everybody who has kindly sent a donation or sent an order in the past week, especially in the past week. As I said, a few people had already done this before. And by all means, spread the word. I'm still a little way off the target figure, which will really get me out of the hole that I'm in. And I really hope I can achieve it with your help. So again, thanks everybody for being so supportive, for being so nice. Lots of plans for the label. So once I'm over this little hump over the next week or so, I think I'll be back on track, especially if I get to that target. Again, with everybody's help. A few people donated very hefty sums as well. I was really touched and really surprised as well. It was really kind. Kind of restores my some kind of semblance of faith in humanity, So I don't have a great deal at the best of times, but but I'm kind of half jest. I'm saying that I'm jesting a little, but it's good to know there's so many nice people around, and people who seem to care about what I do or try to do with Fourth Dimension Records and the subsidiaries and the books and everything else. And I know I'm not the only one in this boat, but I think, and somebody else, at least a few other people have said this. Actually, I'm very open about what I do with the labels and everything. I'm not some kind of mystery figure behind all of this. I don't care about doing this, making a fool of myself on YouTube in order to push releases or even say things about other people's releases, of which I'll probably say something about this soon enough. That's something that I played a few times, and I don't know. I think I've met Rafał Kowalski, but this is not grabbing me. And I like sound art, and so I'm saying something about this now. I like sound art and electroacoustic music, but there has to be something that resonates there. Most such music, I always think, is best in a live environment. Anyway, preferably from the bar. So preferably heard from the bar in another room. So again, I'm joking. But no, I like a lot of that music, but I don't know. Maybe I just was, a few weeks ago, I had black clouds over me, literally and otherwise, because of the state of things at the label. So maybe I'll listen to that in another day or two, and be in the right kind of frame of mind for it. So I don't want to be unfair towards that at the moment, because it needs another chance, with at least 2 or 3 more listens. So, and I've got this playing at the moment, SPK reissue on Old Europa Caf from Italy. Nice, crude, early 80s, very early 80s electronics, post-industrial electronics, with typical kind of front cover imagery. Looks like how I feel after a few beers. Not that I've had a few beers for a long time, but anyway, I drink 1 or 2 at the most these days generally. So there we are. I think that's all I want to say, really. I am assembling a mail order catalogue at the moment as well. As said, I will eventually. I don't know how to go about it in the shop. I can't list every individual item because you have to pay lots extra at big cartel, at the big cartel shop for extra pages. But I think I need to just open up a page that at least lists some of the items I have, and then maybe use it to encourage people to write to me directly. So that's what I'm presently thinking of. Otherwise, yeah, back to the Yorkshire tea, which is steadily getting cold in my nice Escher print mug. And yeah, I'm dithering because I keep thinking I've overlooked. But yeah, I want to talk about new releases and updates on that. But I really wanted to keep focused on the fundraiser and just to thank everybody who's so far contributed to it. And I hope a few more donations come in, and I can get to that target, and in turn get over the hump that the label presently has. I've at least managed to clear one bill up, but there's still another one hovering like this, or like this, ready to take off my head. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I know I want to talk about more things, and I know I can yammer, for bloody ages. I'm inexorable. So let's leave it there. Thanks a lot again. Thanks for support. Please share. Um, if you know anybody super rich who wants to help a little DIY label in Poland, continue supporting low key abstract electronics, noise, whatever artists with CDs and vinyl, and if they want to get rid of some, if they want a tax write off, send it here. So, but joking aside, yeah. And maybe I should just round off by saying, even just to counter what I said, even those donations of £5 to £10, which is what I originally pushed, have been really appreciated. Everything helps, even a couple of pounds. Everything helps. Thank you very much. I really hate doing this begging bowl routine, but as I said in the first email, I don't forget people. Everybody's being listed. Everybody's going to be noted on the When Worlds Collide double LP, which is the next thing I'm, pushing through. Yeah, there's going to be an insert, and everybody's going to be name checked on there. All the pre-orders as well. I think that's just a fair thing to do. I've done it before with books, and I want to do it again with this double LP. I can't do it with, releases by individual artists, but I'm the so-called compare of the double album, so I get to say, how it looks, how it's presented, blah blah blah. So yeah, so if you want to see your name in print on an album, pre-order a copy of that as well. So thanks a lot. Yeah, and no, it wasn't kind of a strategy. It was just my little gesture towards expressing my gratitude to people that have donated. But thank you very much. I'll leave it there. We're up to 25 minutes. 10 minutes, far too long. Thanks again. Cheers. Bye bye.